Hello, welcome back. I thought I owed you guys a video. It's been quite a while, over a month since I worked on this. So I am not sure where I left off before. I'm going to assume that I already told you all about the electrolytics. I went to put the board in. Last thing I think I mentioned was that I needed to replace the dried out wire, which was here a minute ago. Where did it go? Okay, well, so I went ahead and I had to dig. Well, one of the things was I didn't know where this wire was. I had to go dig it out, so that was my excuse for the first 3 weeks. So I went ahead and I dug it out and I replaced the wire that was in here. As I think I mentioned that I had this issue with the Philco Town and Country, where the wire starts to corrode in here and it ends up making its way up an inch or two up inside the wire, which is what that one did. The other one did, and when I cut it off, it's so short that it was no longer. It was going to be a tight fit to put it on the horizontal output tube. There it is. So let's see if you could see that. Alright, so it's all green and gross, and this is after I took off I don't know, 1.5 inches or so, but by then it was just too short because it has to come out of the hole and then go in over here. So the other thing is something was going on with this thing here because the wire sticks out of here. Come on, you can do it. So this basically goes in like so. And then this wire is going to come around and sit on top of the tube. I guess it would be easier if I tilted this up. And it's going to sit on top of the horizontal output tube. But the other thing is, I'm going to need to measure the cathode current, and my test socket is going to add a good 2 inches on top of it. So I need the extra wire so I can get it propped up there. Now, something had gone on with this, and I don't know where it was arcing, but it's a little crispy on the outside. It was actually worse before I started trying to scrape that off there with the sandpaper. Boy, I don't do a video in a month, and you'd think I'd never done a video before. So what I'm going to do now is I need to replace the... Now's the time I'm going to go ahead and replace the two resistors that are hiding. One is there, you should be able to see it, the 1K that goes in the yoke. It's well, it's in there. I'm looking at the other schematic. I keep switching back and forth from the other schematics, and I'm driving myself nuts. And well, it's in there anyway. It's a 1K, and this one is registering at 1.5K, so that's got to go. And the other one is the 4.7 that is underneath here that connects up to... It connects to the high voltage lead, and it kind of freaks me out. I don't know if you can see that. So it's right here. Wrong side. Huh. I got used to this being backwards. So it's right here, it's underneath, and it connects directly to the high voltage, which kind of freaks me out because it doesn't call for a special high voltage resistor, but it's just got a plain old carbon resistor, and it doesn't list anything special in there except I think it's a 1/4 watt, but we're going to be sticking a 1 watt in there, so anyway. I guess if we make smoke, we'll know. And I talked to my friend Dan, the Predicta man, and he's already moved. Okay, the battery dying in this thing. There we go. And he has already moved electrolytics to the board and over in here. He's already done this trick, and it works, he says. So I'll stop worrying about that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that. The board ended up going back in because in order to make sure the wire was long enough, I had to end up snapping it in, and once it was in, I thought, well, I guess I'm done. Because you have to take off the horizontal, the vertical output transformer in order to wedge this board in, because there's one resistor that's underneath it and then another resistor that would be up against it otherwise. So once it was in, I just decided to go ahead and solder it. And once it's in, it's in. If I have to take it out again, I have to take it out again. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and solder these up, and I also need to get to the picture tubes. I've got 4 of them. One is dead as a doornail, as I think I've already discussed. One is marginal. One is in the middle of the good, and one of them actually tests excellent. So the one that tests dead as a doornail, or almost dead as a doornail, I think I zapped it a couple times, is the 6.3 rebuilt that came with this set. Remember, this is a really high hour set, so it's had at least 2 tubes of every tube. There was only one cool chassis tube left, and I think it was one of the 2 here in the... no, it wasn't even in the IF. It was one of the 2 that were in the tuner. So, anyhow, I've been babbling here for quite a few minutes. So let me go ahead and pause this for now. I'll replace those. And then I think what we're going to do is take a look at the picture tubes. Okay, I went ahead and replaced both the 4.7, I think I said 47 last time, but 4.7 and the 1K. And I guess what I'll do now is, I'm not sure. I haven't uploaded a video in so long. Maybe I'll do one tonight and then one tomorrow. So those 2 are done. The other thing I was going to say is I put some sealant on the tire here. It was cracking, but this wire was loose, and because it kept flopping around while I was turning the chassis around, it just started to worry me. So I went ahead and cracked into the RTV and sealed that one up. So I just forgot to mention that in the last segment. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just upload this now. It's probably a little boring, but oh, the other thing is I loosened the brackets that hold the IF can in. So why don't we go ahead and... I don't know, I've done it. I'd like to know what the hell this thing is. I saw it, and it was in the Town and Country too, and it's just weird. All right, so I was also talking to Dan again. Not now, but I mean, I said that I hadn't gotten to the IF stage yet, but he said I should probably try a power up anyway, because it was just full of resistors and ceramic caps. So this is the first time I've seen this any more than you guys have, and boy, this set is sure filthy. So anyhow, I have a alright. So I may just do that. Let's zap the you know what I'm just really itching is to blow up a picture tube. I must say, I mean internally, not externally. So I may since I have 4 tubes for 2 TVs and one is dead, I may just go Frankenstein on it and hit it with lightning. And I may try my CR7000, which I never get to use because I don't know, it's got LED lights for a meter. So anyway, you don't need to see me cleaning the inside of that there. I'm sure a few of those resistors are probably out of spec, but anyhow, we'll maybe we will fire it up. So anyway, I'll start the babbling, I'll do an upload, and then we're gonna go, I guess in the next segment, let's blow up, let's do sparklers in a picture tube. So thanks for watching, I'll see you soon.